How do I really unite all my parts and eternally blossom in my success through discipline? I'm afraid of my power and want to get past habitual sabotage. Isn't it interesting? Oh, continued. I have dancer, photographer, writer, healer, filmmaker. It's probably a file maker too. Filmmaker and leader in me. Oh, yes. Yes, yes, yes. Very interesting question. Wouldn't you want to ask, why am I afraid of my power? Why don't every one of you ask, what in me is afraid of my power? What a weird thing. I spend my life going to workshops and classes and reading and studying and all these things to build a sense of power, and I'm afraid of it. It's like you're afraid of your divinity. You're afraid of how your God self or your goddess nature, or if that language doesn't work, change it, how universal love itself wants to express through you. That power is natural. That's your God, goddess given power. So try saying yes to that, because it's really hard to stay out of your power center and unite all your different parts, because the power center and the center of will are the same place, the solar plexus. So you have to come into love with your power. And a good way to do that, to get rid of all this stuff that's old about your power, is to call in the sun itself, because the solar plexus operates off the sun, and that's the symbol for it. The color's yellow. Call in a bright yellow sun, bring it all the way down, bring it into your solar plexus, and just let it radiate there and give it permission, give the angels permission to clear out everybody else's fear of your power, to clear out every place you've given your power away, to clear out any cord where people have tried to take your power, front and back, to really go ahead and do it now, to cleanse your power center and ask the angels to help release everything false about your power. And you'll start finding that that sun wants to shine brightly in you. And then you ask, divine, whatever you call the divinity, divine one, source of all that is, align my power with divine power, with the heart of the highest power for this universe, so that I may be in alignment in using my power. Align my will, we mean my will, my personal will, with divine will, with the highest will for me, that I may use my power in alignment with divine will. And then you let yourself be directed by it. We think of this seat of power as being, need a little more body here. So if you think of it as, here's your seat of power, goes down into the second. So when you're sitting on your seat, you're right at the solar plexus, that's your base. And then you're coming up into the heart and being able, let's say your crown is about at the throat. So you're in touch with your sensuality and security. You're activating power, aligning will, so that your heart is in alignment with your power and your will, and you speak through your throat. When you align in your core like that, you unite all yourselves. That's really the secret, is live in your core, because the place of union is in your core. So when you're here and you're calling all parts of you to center, then the unification takes place. So when you're so many different pieces and parts, what we imagine is the dancer wants more dance time, the photographer wants more time to play with photography, the leader wants more time to develop leadership, and it's kind of like a timeshare, isn't it? It's not always so easy. And so there has to be some negotiation. So the way you can do that is, imagine you have like a little conference room in your heart. So maybe one of those sunken living rooms with circular couches or a conference table, whatever you want. And call all these different roles into conference. And let them know, I love you all. And I would love if all of you could have full expression. And the only seemingly limited resource here is time. Maybe money, but really all that seems totally limited is time. So that's probably an illusion. So let's find ways that we can work together, that we can evolve interactive projects and experiences that lets all of us find expression. Let's find the integration of all these wonderful things I'm involved in, and know that occasionally one of you needs to say, we're going out to the waterfalls today and take photographs. See ya. Or today's a day for a dancing workshop, or whatever it is. So you give each one expression, but you also call for union. And you create this gathering place in your heart, and you live in your core, and that unification comes from your core.